I'm shaking, dude.
I've got a good feeling. I'm just taking it all in.
We were on a plane. I'd rate it like 4 out of 10. It was very scary.
Reese did think she was gonna die.
I did.
And then she started freaking out. And I was like, well, she's freaking out, then I should be freaking out. So then I started freaking out. Anyway, we should probably start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Bad news. We don't have lottery tickets or Gatorade.
Oh my god, we don't. Oh my god, we're so
What we
laggy.
do have, though,
Is
is
Dutch
a
Bros.
Golden Eagle chai tea from Dutch Bros.
Chai tea. Where do we even start?
So we get to the airport, right? And we get through security and everything. And Reese is like, oh, we should vlog this. Little did we know this was going to be a very
Hectic flight.
yeah. So good thing we did, I guess. So it starts off, and I think we're just talking about the flight and stuff. I don't like them. We're at the airport. We're going to Arizona.
You will like. It's so good. I freaking love fruit.
We got fruit cups because we made it to our gate, and then we walked all the way back because we decided that we really wanted fruit.
I said, you know what sounds good? Fruit. And then we're like, should we go back and look?
So she got like the multi-fruit cup, and I got the big thing of watermelon, and we're gonna share it. And then we're gonna watch Victorious on the flight.
I love Victoria. It's so good.
Yeah.
But this fruit's even better.
Mm-hmm. So we bought fruit, and then we sat there. Mistake number 1. You're munching.
That's crazy. Or do I just like choke and died? Like in the airport.
I don't know. So we got there pretty late. So we wait like 20 minutes, and then we get called up. They said anyone who is served can get on board.
And I served hard, so.
And Reese's parents served, so she's a military lady, so she used it to get on board.
And she said, thank you for your service. I said, yeah.
Even though she looks like she's fresh out of kindergarten, but whatever. And so we get called up, and we're in the back of the plane, and so we go and sit
We're
down.
like in the backpack, like literally right
The
by the
last
bathrooms. By the bathrooms, there's no window.
Yeah. Okay. Sitting in our seat.
Look at that one.
We're sitting in our seat, and we don't have a window because we're in the very back of the plane.
This is how my seat was last time when I was on my way to Indiana.
Do any of you know that one TikTok where the guy goes to the store and he's like, oh, I really have to pee, and then the lady's like, oh, our bathroom's only for paying customers, so he's like, oh, here's a pack of gum, and she's like, sorry, we can't do purchases over $5 with that are on card, so we bought like 5 more, and then she's like, oh, your total's $3.95, if you buy 3 you get 2 free or whatever. And then so he buys another one, and it's like gang 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 gang. And I was like, and so we were just in line and behind these people, and we were like gang 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 the whole time up to the front, and oh my god,
I'm having so much fun.
And so we're sitting there, and we realize that no one's sitting next to us, so we're like, okay, this is good for us. Next off, we are taking off, and we have our seatbelts on, everything's good. Reese puts in AirPods, she's listening to music. I start reading a book, and turbulence, is common. We figured it would be, especially since there's a storm coming.
Like, at first it was
what
like this.
What we didn't expect was to drop literally like a couple hundred feet.
Yeah, because it was like this. It was just like shaky, 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 and I was like, oh, that's kind of freaky. Still listening to my music. And then all of a sudden, we just like, it goes like quick down,
we
up,
boom,
down,
like,
up. And then that's when I take out my AirPod. I'm like, oh, this is
and
it.
she
We're
looks
gonna
at
die.
me, and she goes, are we gonna die?
I feel so sick. I'm shaking. Look how bad I'm shaking, dude.
So there's a storm coming, and we literally are freaking out because the turbulence is so bad. And me and Reese have been on planes a lot, especially recently with visiting each other. And the turbulence was so bad. Like he had to come.
Dropped. It felt like if you've been on towers here at Disney World, that's exactly how it felt, isn't it?
Like we dropped, and it's like there's a really, really bad storm, and it was actually scary. Like it was
like the first thing it dropped once, and I looked at Ashlyn. The first thing I said is, "Are we gonna die or
we gonna die? She goes, we should vlog it, and then it drops down again.
It was like actually scary. That was terrifying.
No,
And he came over the intercom and he was like, make sure your seatbelts are fastened tight.
Like, you know, like in a show when you're on a plane, like it's a plane crash, that's how he sounded exactly, like worried. Isn't that?
Yeah, that was terrifying. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm still shaking, and I hope it doesn't happen again because I will throw up. I'm not even kidding.
I remember you whipped your hand over and then I whipped my hand over.
And we were holding hands because there's a middle seat and we're just holding hands and we're like,
and there's this guy that was like not sitting next to me, but in the aisle across from me. He just like looks at us and like laughs. And I'm like, how are you laughing during a time like this?
did you see the way the guy across the aisle looked at you?
Yeah, I did. Because Ashlyn and I were holding hands because we thought we were gonna die.
Genuinely, that was real terror. I've never been scared on a plane, and that was
like, there was like a couple drops. Like I was like, that's fine because it's turbulence. Like we just took off, but then it dropped, and I went like, took out my AirPod, looked at Ashlyn, and we were both like,
I'm reading a book, and I like closed it, and I was like, oh my god.
I thought that was it.
Oh my god.
Like I literally thought that was the end.
Oh my god.
The flight attendants are just back there having a normal conversation
Literally.
while everybody else is freaking out.
Literally, and I was like, okay. And finally that gets
Oh my god! Something, por favor. What did she say?
Un momento, por favor. There was
this.
this. We had a white flight attendant. Like she was very clearly
Whitest
white.
plane I've ever been on, by the way.
Yeah.
You'll see what I mean later.
And she's back there, and we can hear all the conversations. And she's like, "Un momento, por favor,"
Like
in the most
whitest
American accent ever. I'm like,
after that, I look at each other like, did we just hear that? Like
that was
correctly?
crazy.
It was crazy. Okay, where were we?
And so that's over. The rest of the plane ride is pretty smooth, other than this guy that used the bathroom 85 times.
Oh my god, he kept going back. Like I'd be watching Victorious on my phone, and I just look up. He walks by. That was like the first time. He goes back, comes back, goes back, comes back, goes back, and then he goes back
so many times.
He goes back another time, and she's like, the fasten seatbelt sign is on. He goes, I really have to go.
Like
hello, you went like
8 times.
8 other
before
times,
that.
yeah. And he went like probably 3 more times after that,
And
which is
then
absolutely insane.
By the time that we're descending, we're literally delirious. And the turbulence is happening, and people are swaying with the turbulence.
Oh my god, I
And we
said,
can
Ashlyn, look. I go, Ashlyn, look. Like, just wait. And then we just see,
And
like,
heads are
everyone
swaying
in
with turbulence.
sync moving.
And we were laughing so hard.
like, we were so
tired.
loud. We were so loud,
We
too.
were so loud. It was so bad. I felt bad.
But it was so funny.
Yeah, it was something else. And then the flight attendant, while we're having turbulence, is like, oh, did you see that plane that took off
Florida?
in Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped 4,000 feet. And I was
In like a couple of seconds. Do you want to see a picture of the broken foot?
she
The
showed
flight
us a
attendant?
picture of this ankle, and it's completely mangled,
Oh!
twisted the other way. And I was like, why are you showing us this? Okay, so turbulence is getting bad again, so they made us put our seatbelts back on. The seatbelt sign was off, but they just asked us to put it back on again because turbulence is getting really bad again.
I can't go do this again. I might.
It's
Did a kid just scream?
yeah, the kid just screamed. It is really bumpy. It is bad.
It is so bad. Dude, I think I'm gonna throw up.
I think this is the worst I've ever experienced turbulence while on a plane. It's really bad.
Like, I also have a headache, so this is making it like 10 times worse because I'm gonna vomit.
I'm getting so nauseous because usually I'm like, oh, it's a plane, but I've been reading a book the whole time, so I'm like getting nauseous because of the movement.
Don't put that in. Don't put that in.
Yeah, so we'll let you know if we die, I guess.
No, don't say that.
Knock on wood. And the little kid in front of me too kept being like
staring.
and staring at me, and I was like, okay, I was just trying to read my book.
Crazy flight.
It was a crazy flight.
Like, I've never. Oh, okay. So, like, everything's fine. Turbulence. We land. People. I've never.
Oh my god.
I've never
we
been
land, and the people in the front are like.
Like, a whole group of them were
And
clapping.
we looked at each other and we
like,
were like,
this isn't real.
no,
this
it's
is
true. This is the
fake.
widest plane we've ever been on.
Like-
Which it kind of makes sense in hindsight because we're on our way to Arizona with a bunch of old people.
Yeah, but
So
I've been on so many planes in my life. Like,
Me
I go
too.
a couple times to go back and forth, like, a year. Oh my god, I've never been in a situation, like I've never,
that.
like that.
I've never been in a situation where I've almost
heard-
died.
Yeah, and then
And
the
they
people
clapped.
clapping, all in
And
the same flight is
Me and
absolutely
Reese are
insane.
on planes a lot. She's on planes more than even I am. But we fly back and forth to see each other a lot.
I flew with her for her first time,
Yeah.
so it's crazy that
So-
I've never
And we've
experienced
never experienced
turbulence
anything
that
like
bad,
that.
or I've never experienced people clapping on a plane. Like people
was
say,
so funny.
that people clap on a plane, but I'm like, I've never experienced
They're
that.
like,
but
oh, white people doing
like,
this.
and I'm like, I've never heard of. I mean, I've never experienced it, but
we
it's kind of
experienced it
funny.
today. It was so funny. I was like, no
It's
way.
crazy. I've never.
And then we finally
I'll
got
never
off,
get over it.
and we waited like 45 minutes. Not that long, but like probably half an hour.
Probably half an hour for luggage to.
Yeah, because
come
we didn't
up.
leave until like 12:15, 12:20. And we went and we got In and Out. I had In and Out for the first time ever.
Yeah, I
And
begged
we got
my mom.
hats.
I begged my dad and my mom and dad to take us to In and Out for the first time.
We got hats.
I kept saying I really want a hat. My dad was like, I'm gonna roll down the window and you're gonna say that you want two hats. And I was like, oh, never mind.
He said he's gonna be like, look at my two kids who want hats.
Yeah.
So we're fully grown adults.
But I said, no, Dad, ask for hats, ask for hats. So he asked the lady for hats and she had to go find some
Yeah.
inside of like the back area. But
Okay.
we got
Well,
our hats.
That's our crazy airport story.
What direction?
We be One Direction at the airport? Not clickbait.
That's so stupid.
Okay. We'll see you guys
Wednesday.
in the future.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
And we're not sure.
I just got cut by Niall. I got cut by Niall Horn, not clickbait.
Oh my god. We'll see you guys next time. We'll have more videos out soon, hopefully. We don't know what order we're posting these.
Get closer.
We don't know what order we're posting these, so we hope you like them.
Bye-bye.
Crooked.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.